and I am Pooja Aggarwal Sheikh, founder of the Wise Oak. Wise Oak has been started with sole intention to help people heal themselves with simple tools and techniques which are available to us from our ascended masters and gurus on this planet. So that's the whole purpose of Wise Oak. I learn a lot of techniques and things myself. I practice them and then I share it with my community. And that makes me happy, and it's growing pretty well. And welcome you all today for this session. And today we are going to talk about mindfulness meditation. So how many of you all have heard about meditation and mindfulness? I'm sure pretty everybody knows about these terms. Do we understand them to the true essence of what it means? And let's make the session a little bit interactive so that we understand where each of us is coming, because that's a contribution and a stepping stone to develop our understanding deeper and getting our fundamentals more clear. So I would invite all of you all to share your experiences and your thinking and your observations about life things whenever I'm asking questions. So let's get going for this wonderful session. I hope we all together learn a lot and can tap into some basic information that has been passed over from generations to us related to mindfulness and meditation. So tell me, what do we know about mindfulness and meditation? Anybody would like to answer?
Hi.
Hi.
I would say it's properly thoughtful process, logical.
Okay. So what's logical about it?
Logical means whatever we are thinking, whatever we are doing, it should be supported by some logic. It should not be like that casual, something like that, I would say.
Okay, so that's your understanding about meditation or about mindfulness?
Mindfulness.
Okay, so you are trying to contribute that mindfulness is something where we fit our logics into, right?
And it's properly thought. It's not like suddenly something came up and we are acting on that. It's properly an act backed up with properly thoughtfulness. Something like that.
That's okay. Great. So you are halfway through. Half of your information is right, but not completely. But yes, it's right.
Okay, I'm not properly aware about this. That's why I would like to learn. So, but I understand about this particular word mindfulness is that I just shared with you, and we'll come to know more with this session.
Perfect. Yes, that's why we are here today. Thank you. I appreciate so much, Sham, for your contribution. Anybody else would like to share their thoughts? So we have heard these words, and these words are so overrated now. Everybody and everyone is talking about being mindful. And at least I see myself telling my children a couple of 100 times in a day, but please be mindful, please be mindful. Now, what is this whole process about being mindful? And, how is it contributing to our day-to-day life, and why one should be so much bothered about being mindful is what we are going to explore in today's session. So firstly, let me just start with the basics. What is meditation? So meditation is a process where you take break from your regular routine life, your mundane life, what you're doing, right? We are physical beings and we are constantly living outward, means we are doing things outward. We are, either cooking, studying, reading, working, physically working, everything is outside. Now, what meditation suggests is take a break from all of that. Sit with yourself. Be in a state where it's only you and your soul. And you are having a dialogue with your soul and nobody around you, right? Otherwise, constantly we are talking with our family members, with our colleagues, with our staff, and all kind of people. So we are constantly living in outside world and we are constantly trying to do things which are outside. Meditation suggests that take time off, be with yourself, do some internal dialogue, and spend that time so that you are living inside yourself, because ultimately you are living in your own body, in your own mind, in your own thoughts, in your own feelings and emotions, right? But we are just running constantly with all those factors which are driving us from the outside world, not internally. So first is a meditation which suggests that go internal, have a dialogue with yourself internally, and then create, a better future, better days, more stability, things like that. Now, mindful meditation is any other form of meditation. There are different forms of meditation. I believe most of us know that there are different forms of meditation. Anybody would like to share if they know some forms of meditation, different forms of meditation? Okay. So there is mantra meditation, wherein you read mantras and you're meditating. That is one form of meditation. There is walking meditation, when you're walking and you're meditating. Then there is meditation through movements like Tai Chi and, things like that. So uh, uh, Qigong, Tai Chi, all those are called as movement meditations, because you're moving, but you're meditating at the same time, because you are cutting yourself off from the daily mundane life and taking that time out just to go and do your inner work, right? So there are different forms. Now, mindfulness is also a form of meditation. This has been cultivated and it began with the Buddhist tradition. So we all know that Buddhist tradition is one of, strong pillars, founding pillars in the concept of meditation. They have worked, practiced, and, evolved different forms of meditation just to pass on to, the future generation. So they have worked very closely with techniques of meditation and understanding what are the benefits of meditation on our day-to-day life, on our emotional stability, on, our attachment and detachment. So there is a lot of philosophy around that as well. And they were the pioneers to work and, closely observe all of this, right? So the difference between any other meditation and mindful meditation is one basic. So other meditations are telling us to do things, meditate, get into a zone where you're completely silencing yourself. First, you start observing your thoughts, and slowly you are being advised to give up on those thoughts. But when it comes to mindfulness, we are being uh, asked to follow a process, right? Mindfulness is a process that we need to follow. It's not something that will come overnight. It is not something which is very easy. It's a practice and it's a lifestyle that you'll have to adopt. And it would surely take time, and you'll have to surely have patience. And that's the whole point of being mindful. We cannot say that today I'm mindful and tomorrow I don't want. If you walk on the path of mindfulness, you're only going to get better. There is no coming back. True? Any questions here? Are we going fine?
Yeah.
Perfect. So first of all, this is a seated meditation. Mindfulness is we need to be seated in one place, whichever is comfortable. Ideally, it is suggested that you sit at the same place every day, because then you get energy and you are, you create that safe space for yourself sitting over there every day. So you have a connection of that space also, and that space also gets energized and gives you positive energy in your process of meditation. Now, over here, the technique is to focus your attention on what? So, on three things. You have to focus your attention on your breath. You have to focus your attention on your bodily sensations. Okay. And third is your mental relaxation. Let me repeat it one more time. Three things is what we need to observe. Is focus, our attention and our focus needs to be on our breath. It needs to be on our bodily sensations, And then third is our mental relaxation. When we achieve all of these three things, we would say we have come or we have achieved the state of mindfulness. Clear? So whereas in other forms of meditation, generally we only do the first part. We only work with our breath. We do the breath work, right? And we are being told that, you let go the thoughts and detach yourself with the thoughts and get into a state of where you have, nothing to think about. Your mind is an empty mind. But mindfulness suggests that this is a process you need to go through. First, concentrate on your breath so that you are calmer, you are more settled. You have built a relationship with yourself first by getting into your, understanding your breath patterns and studying them and reading them and all of that. Second would be understand your bodily sensations, because we are living in this body. Our body is super dynamic and is communicating to us 24 hours. So be mindful about that. Give that body attention that it needs from us. So observing, like a simple thing we'll do right now is close your eyes. Everybody, I would request everyone to close your eyes. And now think of a person that you just don't like in your life. Somebody who's been very mean, very, pushy towards you or biased. Think of that person. Now observe what sensations are you feeling in your body right now. Is your heart beating faster? Are you feeling angry, agitated? Is some kind of anxiety being developed? And observe every part of your body, your eyes, your head, your nose. What can you see of that person? What was the first feature of the face that you could see of that person's? That person's eyes, nose, lips, hair. How do you identify that person? A particular fragrance, a perfume that they wear, any striking thing that you can remember or think of that person, a particular watch or a particular handbag that they carry every time, whatever. Just make those observations, just think about them and just understand how have you made a mental picture of that person in your mind right now. And what are your feelings? Can you feel this feeling in your stomach, in your heart, on your hands, legs? Which part of your body is trying to communicate with you? And now, once again, take a deep breath and let this person go. Just release this person from your mind and then from your body. We may take a couple of deep breaths. Some can take 2, some can take 3, depending on which breath you release this person out. And now, keep your eyes closed. And now think of a person that you love the most in this world. It could be your spouse, it could be your parent, it could be your child. See who comes up first for you. Now observe your feelings in your body for this person. How does it make you feel? What word would you like to give to these feelings? Is it calm? Is it being grateful? Is it joy? Is it sunshine? Is it brightness? What is it? What is the feeling that you associate? And which part of your body is trying to radiate that feeling for you? Trying to give you this message that, yes, this is the person I love. And this is what it makes me feel like. I feel safe, I feel secured. Where is it coming? Is this time in your stomach? The feeling of safety is from your stomach. Feeling of love is from your heart. Care is from your hands. Where is it showing up for you? And what is so particular about this person? Is it their smile? Is it that warm hug that you wait to get after your long day? Are those words that comfort you the most? Or is it their smile that gives you the assurance to live your life for them? What is it? And how is your breath now going? Is it more relaxed this time? You feel more calmer? Or is your heartbeat skipping its beat? So what thinking about them creates in you? What changes does it bring in? Are you already thinking that what next best thing you can do for them? Is their face still there in front of your eyes? Or now they have become a whole person, a whole human being? Are you now observing their actions, or they are still in that picture kind of a scene? What is it? What image are you holding in your mental frame? Are those memories that are coming back to you? The good times that you all have spent together? Or is just their smiling face looking at you, maybe blessing you from heavens or from yours, wherever they are? Are you missing them in this moment if they are not around you? Or is it creating a sense of urgency to go and give them a hug? Or probably pick up the phone and call them? What emotion is it stirring in you? How is it different from the last person that you were thinking about? What would you rate it on scale of 1 to 10? It's like 10 being completely opposite, 5 being reasonably opposite, and 1 being that you have attained nirvana and you just don't feel any difference. You feel the same for both. So what rating would you give to this? These feelings, these observations, these, bodily sensations that you're feeling. How did you feel in your body? Was your body more active in communicating when it was somebody that you hate? Because a lot of things started coming out from you. And now when you love someone, you're more calmer, peaceful, and you're more gentle. And so things that are coming up for you are very subtle and, very easygoing, things like that. What is it? And now, with lots and lots of love and gratitude, let this person also go. And just appreciate the beauty, love, kindness, compassion that you have towards this person. You may take a deep breath now, and you can come back to this session as and when you're ready. You may open your eyes. Anybody would like to share their experience? What was the difference and how did they feel? What were the key notes that they observed during the first person and the second person? How were they different or apart from each other? Anybody would like to share? I would encourage you all to share because then it gets going. Others also learn from our experience and our sharing. And that's the way we contribute to each other. So if anybody would like to come up and share. You could also write down in the chat box if you wouldn't want to, or you could even talk without keeping your cameras on. That's totally fine too. Okay, I leave you with this thing here, thinking that you all have observed, you all have noticed some changes in your bodily sensations. You all have made some observations in your thinking and feeling patterns and how it created a difference in your mindset, in your emotional state, in your state of being relaxed or having anxiety by just thinking and bringing those two different people, like they are completely polar opposite, right? Somebody you hate the most and somebody you love the most. So obviously your body has tried to communicate with you in some ways and formats. I hope that you have picked up those signals or those sensations or those feelings which run through, right? You have made an observation. So this is a process of mindfulness where we are going to, mindfulness is also called as cognitive therapy. Why? Because we are running through a process of like a therapy. We are first starting with observation. We are asking questions to ourselves. We are doing self-inquiry, right, on the step that why I'm feeling like this. What is that about that person that is making me feel like that? Is it the behavior, their attitude, their smiles, their love, their hug? So we are trying to create an questionnaire which is putting us on path of self-inquiry, and we are trying to figure out those things that, okay, what is it, right? So we are getting more closer to it. After that, we are making note of all of those observations. We are making a picture clear that this is a reason I love this person and this is a reason I hate this person. So we are clearing up our mental fog that, we are no longer just the feeling. We are going beyond the feeling because we are trying to diagnose the feelings now. We are trying to diagnose that what could be the possibility of us with this person in future, right? So we are opening up deeper layers of our relationship, of our, management skills with people, and also ourselves, that, how we are reacting or responding to life in terms of these different set of people. So we are understanding ourselves even better, that this is the reason I like, right? These are the reasons I don't like. So our core values are also being, you know, surfaced. We are surfacing them and we are trying to work closely with them. After that, after taking the notes, we do the work, right? We do the inner work. We next session or next time when you are again sitting. So today I have opened a gateway for you, right? Of this person. Now I would request you to do this throughout this week, every single day, the same thing. Pick up the person that you love the most, pick up the person that you hate the most. First, start with hate. Second, start with love, because we want to carry the feeling of love throughout the day. We don't want to carry the feeling of hatred when we are moving out throughout our day. Perfect. So start with the person that you hate the most. And every day you'll have different observations about that same person. There
Pooja
would,
ji,
Hanji.
just I'm PL Thakur, Pritam Thakur. Just
Yes,
want to I couldn't think of a person whom I hate the most.
that's okay. You might dislike somebody. You might have somebody that you dislike, or you are dissatisfied with somebody. You might have a little grudge with somebody that, okay, this thing they should have done. I had suggested this to them and they didn't take the right steps. And now today I see that they are suffering because of that. They should have just paid attention to what I have said. Something like that.
Okay.
We all have some grudges, some differences with everyone. We cannot be neutral and lovable to everyone equally, right? So there must be someone that you less love. Probably not hate. Hate is a very strong
Yes.
word. Probably you can say that you don't like that person, or you have some difference of opinion somewhere in life with that person. So just take that as an observation. I had to use the word hate because then it is like a polar difference, and then people can understand and people can directly take up. If we have something filled in us, it's easier to access something like that. If you have evolved and you really don't hate anybody, that's really great. So take somebody that you have a little bit of difference of opinion with.
Well, difference of opinion is with a lot of people, depending
Yeah.
upon the situation and the uh, top, topic that we are on.
Yes. So you can take one of those people and then you can just think that, what are they trying to think from their perspective and what I am trying to think. Because obviously we try to think always better and good for people around us, right? That's what we think. That, I'm trying to help this person, or I'm trying to advise this person, or I'm trying to do this person good, and they are not understanding me. And that what hurts us the most, right? Our difference of opinion comes from that feeling when we are being neglected or ignored by our loved ones who don't take our valuable suggestions as, that they add value to them. So yeah, you can think about somebody like that and then work with this. So 1 week, just give yourself time with the same person. Don't change the person that today I'm thinking about this, tomorrow that, day after. Take the same person, but within 1 week, you'll see that you have made a lot of different observations about that person.
Okay, thank you.
Right? And also about the person that you love.
Yes, I will
Every
do
day
this.
that you love the person, make observations about them also. Then why do you love them? How do you love them? What exactly is about them that makes them so special and unique that you are fallen in love with them, that you love them the most in the world? Do you love them more than yourself?
Yes.
Questions. So basically, mindfulness is asking, questioning to yourself and asking why all this is happening. So it is like Sham in the beginning had mentioned, that it's logical, but it's not always logical. It's more like asking question. It's more like inquiry based. It's not that it needs to have a logic to it. Sometimes we don't like a person and we don't like a person. There's no logic to it. Our feelings or our vibes just don't match to it, right? So something like that. But an inquiry on daily basis with that person and with yourself will change your relationship considerably with yourself and your understanding. So this whole process is not about them. Let me be very clear. It's not about finding fault in them. It's not about giving them rewards. It's not about, telling that they are super good or super bad. It's not about that. It's not holding judgments against them. This whole process, this entire process is to bring up your self-awareness.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pritamji. So this whole process that mindfulness we are trying to practice is about bringing your level of self-awareness in such high form that it automatically becomes a meditative state. So you are not different. You don't have to sit and do meditation. Your awareness has increased at such high level that now you start understanding and start seeing people or situations from a different perspective, because you know yourself better now. Now you understand that, okay, these are the things for which I fall for a person, or these are the things that I retract myself from a person, right? Because when we are every day sitting and doing a conscious effort of asking right questions and, doing that self-inquiry with ourselves, then again going back and working. So we are continuously in that loop of improvement, of bringing that focus and attention. And so this is one form, but we can take up any other thoughts also which we want to work with. We can work with our fears in mindfulness. We can work on our bad habits on mindfulness. So there are different things that we can take and work one at a time in mindfulness, and try to see that how did I develop this bad habit? When did I develop? Who were the people around me when I developed this bad habit? Do I enjoy their company, or is it the bad habit that I enjoy? What is it? Like sometimes we only, have drinks. We call ourselves that we are social drinkers. So means we go out with set of friends or family members where they are really looking forward to booze and drink and things like that. And then we also end up like saying, ki chalo aaj main bhi pee leti hu ya pee leti. Right? Is just to give them company. We have developed a habit which is probably not so good for us, if we feel, and we want to give up on that.
Okay.
Right? So mindfulness is an open invitation to everyone to work with their real life challenges, with their real life problems, and see it in a different space and place. And it's a self-inquiry based model where you will start developing the relationship with yourself. So again, I would mention it's self-awareness.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you are more aware of yourself, you will be in state where you can help others, or you can observe others, or can guide others.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what does mindfulness actually do? So there are six neuropsychological processes that it follows in mindfulness, and that's how it helps us to get more evolved and to grow, and why it is becoming so popular. So for the first would be your intention. So every day, like I have given you now an intention for 1 week to sit with these two people to think about them, right? Now, intention always gets motivation, because you are intending that, no, I want to practice mindfulness. I want to practice this activity. Every day you'll be motivated to sit, observe your thoughts, observe your feelings, observe how your body is trying to communicate with you. So it will, bring your awareness to a higher degree. So intention and motivation is one thing. Again, it brings your focus. It makes your attention more regularized, because you know that I need to be attentive to my thoughts. I need to be attentive to what my body is trying to tell. If I'm just telling, okay, I'm waiting for my body to give signal, and not paying attention, because body is not going to start jumping all of a sudden. It's not going to start moving all of a sudden, right? You still control your body. You still control your hand movements, your, physical movements that you have. That still control is with the mind. But if you let that be second, and take the observation on yourself first, there would be very subtle things that you might feel. You might just feel a little different feeling in your stomach, or your heartbeat might start racing when you're very angry and upset. Or if you're thinking about somebody loved one, your heart may expand. You might just feel, my heart is expanding for that person. Sometimes you might have tears rolling down your face because you feel so emotionally full with that person. Maybe somebody you have lost, or maybe somebody you have not spoken for so many years. Or even with anger, sometimes people start crying. So these observations are very important, and please make them, and allow yourself to just be in the flow and go ahead with it, and not try to break them. Don't try to have judgment about them, that why I'm thinking this. So here we are not going to think about why. Here we are going to just observe. Here we are just going to get it, that okay, this is what all things are happening to me. So the first process is only that. Then it would also help us to decentering ourselves. Our life generally is centered around lot of things, right? Not only one, but lot of things about our people, about our family. Majorly, we are living for them. So this helps us to, decenter and make us the point of center, where we are the person who's observing also, we are the person who's feeling also, and we are the person who's acting also on the same thing, right? So that happens, and it helps us to get in non-attachment state. When you practice mindfulness, you will be non-attached to that person, because person or situation, or your habits, because then you will start observing as a third person. It comes with practice, but then you'll start observing. You'll know that okay, I am doing this, but I am doing this under so many circumstances. But if my circumstances change, or the situation changes, I'm different, I'm reacting differently, I'm behaving differently, right? So non-attachment to those behaviors, or those people, or those emotions start to develop when you practice this on a regular basis. Then it changes our behaviors and attitudes. As I said, that the same person that you hate, if you sit with that person for 7 days, you might fall in love with that person again. Or it could be that the hatred still exists, or that discomfort still exists, but it's at a very small level, where they are not no longer affecting you in your day-to-day life, or to that extent what they were doing in the past. So that kind of a change is created in your mental abilities, in your ability to process yourself. There is a lot of emotional regulation, because you're working with your emotions. You're working with regularizing them. You're not saying them that no, this is wrong, no, I should not do this, no, I should not hate this person. So when we say something like that, when we resist, then that thing will persist even more. So we'll say, नहीं, मुझे तो इसे hate नहीं करना चाहिए. तो हम शायद publicly hate नहीं करेंगे, but मन में हम बहुत उसके लिए differences रखेंगे. हम उनसे दूर रहने की कोशिश करेंगे. We'll try to avoid them maximum, and we'll never have the same relationship with them. So over here, when we practice mindfulness, we are acknowledging our feelings, and we are not being judgmental about them. We are just acknowledging them, and silently and with a lot of love, we want to release those feelings if they are negative, and hold on and absorb them if they are positive, right? Like the people that we love, if we love them, and when we close our eyes and we feel that, wow, I want to give that person a hug, let's have that feeling of that hug, that warmth in us, because that is what will give us energy to continue with our day, with our life, and things like that. So hold on that. And then it also changes our social behavior with people, because when we are practicing all of this and being so thoughtful and minded with our own self, with our own thought process, and we know that okay, this is a place where I'm going wrong, but I always have the power to do something right. We develop more empathy, more compassion towards others also around us, people also around us, because then we are trying to see them from a different lens, from a different perspective, from a different mindset altogether, because we are working with them, right? In our own heads in the sessions of mindfulness. So then we know that, okay, TK, it might be a difference of opinion, but it's not, difference of love, or if it's not difference of basic thing. We are both humans and we both love each other and we both have our own thing. And you will start valuing them as much as what you value yourself. Clear? So these are few things. Also, benefits of mindfulness is not only your mental benefits, you also have physical benefits. So mental benefits of mindfulness is on your anxiety levels, on your memory loss. It helps to control your memory loss. It helps you to fight depression. It makes your academic or work life performance better. So these are the mental benefits of mindfulness. Physical benefits would be, it would slow down the process of aging, which is such a good news. Then it slows down, chronic diseases like HIV or cancer. Their progression is slowed down because of mindfulness, because you're getting in the state of thinking, observing, learning, and reworking on yourself. So it's a very crucial part. And these days we see a lot of people reversing their cancers, reversing their, chronic ailments, because they are being given on a lot of holistic programs where mindfulness is incorporated, food patterns are being changed, their eating patterns are being changed, and everything. So altogether it works. So it works for that. It improves your sleep, fights of course, it fights your chronic pains. It eases out when you're going through a lot of chemotherapy or things like that. Mindfulness would help you to ease those kind of pains. Mentally, it would support you. You know your journey, you're there, you are in charge of your own life by this mental, ability to think things beyond. And of course, it reduces your heart diseases, because the highest number of heart diseases today is happening because we are storing so much in our heart, because we have become so worldly wise. We don't want to share with people and tell them or talk it out. We feel it's okay, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है, it's not going to work out, so why even go take effort to discuss and sort out. We just go on our way. Life is anyways too busy for people to sort out things and to manage things. So we walk and all that is stuff inside us, right? All of those things are living inside us, and we are carrying all of those things instead of emotionally releasing all of that. So there is a lot of chances of getting heart disease. But if you're having a lifestyle where you're practicing mindfulness day-to-day basis, it reduces, it helps you not to develop these kind of things, because you're clearing yourself on daily basis. Okay. Mindfulness in our life can be applied to our eating. So how would you do that? When you're eating your meal, okay, the first 3 bites that you're taking, please be mindful about that. And what do I mean by being mindful? So when you take the bite, please observe the taste. What taste are you feeling? See the platter in front of you for good 20-30 seconds. Observe the colors that are laid down in your plate. Observe the size of the grains that are there. Observe the variety that you are going to consume. You could probably be grateful to it. You could probably think something else positive related to that. See the taste, see the texture, see the colors, be observant about those things. And especially the first 3 bites that you eat, be mindful of how you're chewing it. How are you, consuming it? What is the taste and the texture that you're liking about it? Is it sweet, salty? Make note of all those things. So that way you can be a mindful eater. You can eat those things. Okay. Secondly, your mindfulness would be in your breathing. So whenever throughout the day you get some time, just think that today right now in this moment, I'm breathing from where? From my nostrils, my mouth, my stomach. How does it go? Are those shorter breaths? Are the duration of the breath longer? How is it? Just 2 seconds, 2 minutes of observation is more than enough. You need not sit there whole day in meditating pose, because mindfulness is more about application of your mind in the right direction, right? So you can do that. Also, while sleeping, just lie down. Look straight up to the bedroom wall that you have, the ceiling that you have. Think, what is the last thought that I have for today? What was it? Am I in state of gratitude? Am I in state of complaint? Am I in state of stressed because tomorrow is an early morning flight or early morning job work or something that I have not been able to finish today? What is it? What is it that I'm thinking for? Am I looking forward to spend this time with my children right now? What was it? The last feelings or moments that I had before winding up. And today, right now, how do I feel? What do I feel? How do I want to end my day now? Just reading a small prayer or just having a small communication with the universe or whatever. So, these are 3 formats that you can bring mindfulness in your day-to-day life. And if you want more help on mindfulness, if you want more literature, then do get connected to me. I hope that you all had a great session. We'll end our session here because I have taken extra some time. And that's about it. Anybody has any questions, then I welcome you to ask questions. And if you want to make any contribution by saying few words, then you could do that too.
Well, thank you for making me mindful about myself. That is a great thinking. I never thought that mindfulness was like that earlier.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank
Prashanji.
you.
We all are learning from each other.
Yes,
So that's
yes, certainly.
way. Yes.
It was really a great session for me.
Thank you. Thank you.
I don't think so mindfully. That's what made me realize this. Thank you. Thank you.
But don't judge yourself for not being mindful. Don't judge yourself.
But I keep on judging. You see, the problem with me is I keep on judging myself all the time.
It's just to observe. It's just to observe. Make an observation that I today choose to live my life more mindfully. That's it. And just start walking on it. Don't be judgmental that I didn't know about it. It's okay. We are always discovering and learning new things from our environment.
So that creates the distinction between judgment and mindful and observation.
Yes, yes, exactly. That was my point. That
yes, I got it.
Yes. Anybody else would like to share or tell? Any questions?